Welcome to Grapes and Debates, a podcast where we'll uncork some incredible wine and debate varietals of issues within the restaurant industry, one glass at a time. Complex yet delicate to be sure. And now, your hosts and owners of SoNapa Grille, Adam Berenger, Chris Botting, and Joe Bates.
Do you want to go live or?
I think we're good right now.
All right.
All right. Thanks, Joe.
You're welcome.
Cheers, guys.
You need a little
Cheers.
backbone.
Taste those together. A little bit back. Yeah, that's good. Hey, so here we are, Grapes and Debates. This is episode 5, and well, we're missing Chris today.
For a good reason. Though.
Yeah, his son Declan getting his braces off. So that's definitely excusable. But we're very happy to have Sean Connors, our executive chef, with us. And Sean, thank you for being here.
Of course.
You know what? Thank you for being here for 11 years.
Very long 11 years and more to go.
Yeah,
What,
exactly.
Did you start when you were 10?
Well, just about.
I know.
Well, we've gone from, I'm just going to say this. You've gone from dishwasher to Napa Valley.
Yeah.
On 2 different occasions. And so with that, we start every episode, Grapes and Debates. We're going to start with the grapes, and then we'll get into the debates. Not to be confused with Joe Bates.
Yeah.
So what we have here is Backbone Cabernet, and kind of the reason they came up with the name based on what I read about it, and when David from Terroir Selections brought it to us, it was because Cabernet is truly the grape that exemplifies the Napa Valley region. Mm-hmm. And so in their phrasing of it, Cabernet is the backbone of Napa Valley.
I would say
it is a testament to what, world-class wines. Mm-hmm. So hence the name Backbone.
Backbone.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think?
No, I think it's fantastic. I looked up the retail price of this, and I think it sells from between $36 and $42 a bottle, which for if you can find a Napa Cab for under $50 a bottle, buy it.
Try it.
You can't go wrong. And this, I think it was, like I said, $36 to $42 a bottle. Just, some quick tasting notes on it. It is aged for 17 months in oak.
Looks like a blend of French and American oak.
French and American. So they source from 2 different regions, from the Coombsville region and also from Oakville. So you got kind of 2 distinct regions, and we stayed almost for a month in that Coombsville area. And what it does, it's got a cooler, I guess it's a cooler area because of the fog that comes in off of the San Pablo Bay, and it kind of hangs in that area, and it begins to burn off typically, I don't know, 10, 11 o'clock, but it creates a longer growing season.
Well, it was chilly in the mornings.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. My favorite
and
mornings.
then got hot in the afternoons, right?
So, but that was, so that's one of the characteristics kind of the Coombsville. And then when you get into Oakville is just known, I guess, for the loomy soil, just for some of the best cabs that are produced in Napa Valley. So this kind of has, I'd say, it's sourced from two really great growing regions. And probably from the Coombsville, you're going to get some of that riper style fruit. And what do you think?
It has a sweeter taste, almost like vanilla to it.
Well, I think that comes from the vanilla and caramel notes. What they were saying comes from kind of the oak barrels, the American oak.
Yeah.
So
it's got great fruit. It's balanced. There's some tannins there, but they don't punch you in the face.
No.
Yeah.
And listen, I don't know.
Smooth.
I don't know where it's sold. I know it's probably a small production. We just happened to, about 2 weeks ago, they brought it to us and said, "Hey, we'd like you to try this. This is a cab, under $35." Like what? Or under $40? So we tried it, and I thought, man, this is good enough. And we sent it to all 3 locations.
Get it while supplies last.
Yeah, while supplies last.
There won't be much of this.
Right. So
I might take some home myself.
If you're watching this podcast,
oh, here we go.
No, yeah.
Careful.
If you're watching this podcast and you go into the restaurant on Thursday, the 18th.
That's tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
But this will be,
Yes.
we're going to post this. We post this on Thursday.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, come into
For
the
our loyal
restaurant on
followers,
Thursday,
And
4/18. All you got to do, code word Sean.
There we go.
There you go. Code word Sean.
love that.
And you get a complimentary glass of this beautiful Backbone Cabernet.
I love that.
So
Code word Sean. Can I just repeat it right now?
Yeah, code word Sean.
Code word
Code
Sean.
word
Code
Sean.
word Sean.
Cheers to
Code
that.
word Sean.
all right. All right.
Yeah, love this. Cheers.
So, yeah, cheers. Before we get into what we're going to debate, and today we're going to debate, does an independent restaurant need to hire a consultant? Should it hire a coach? Is, again, is it semantics? Is there a difference between a consultant and a coach? I think we can, that's a debate for another day, but the debate will be, should an independent restaurant like ours hire a coach? But before we get into that, we're going to get back to Sean.
Okay.
You're
Let's go
about
for it.
okay. You're about to get married May
am.
4th. You started when you were 19. You weren't even old enough to drink.
Yeah, I wasn't at all. And I was, still dabbling a little bit.
Right.
But yeah. I mean, it's crazy to think back and how far I've come through this restaurant, and really, in a sense, being, coming from a dishwasher, not knowing anything about the restaurant history.
Right.
And then like just knowing food in general. I mean, cooking at home, my parents and stuff, but that was about it. And then, I always just strive to like do a good job and,
Right.
learn as much as I could and do what I needed to do to, be successful in that. But I think, coming from a dishwasher and then moving to salads and then moving to flats and then randomly just got thrown on mid. I
Yeah.
had no idea anything that I was doing at all. But you guys were just like, do it, go for it. And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to mess everything up. I'm going to burn everything. Like, this is not going to be good.
Well, you surprised yourself a little bit.
No,
did.
but
Yeah.
then I mean, so yeah, and you started excelling, and then what happened?
Then I became sous chef.
No, you took a break for a while. I mean, come on,
Oh, yeah.
you got to say,
Do you remember the story?
yeah. I mean,
Yeah, so the whole music aspect is, I did take a break for a while. I went on tour,
I'm sorry, you went on what?
on tour.
Because
assigned
you're
band. I'm a musician.
okay.
Yeah. And I was traveling a lot. I was touring all over. I went to Europe, Japan, the United States. I've played probably every place in the United States I've could ever dream of. And then I came back. And then
For what do you play?
I play guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I play everything else too.
Yeah.
Right, you do.
I'm a musician. I mean, I literally pick it up. It's, it's a talent.
Yeah. Well, you're an artist,
yeah,
and I think that's what translates.
I mean, that's what
Me
translates
too.
to the food aspect of
100%.
right. And I think if I had to say, what do you think your specialty is?
Oh boy.
In what? In music?
No,
No,
in
in
food.
food.
Oh, in food. I mean, Napa Valley cuisine is like, but
Right.
my specialty, I think, if I were to choose what I enjoy cooking the most, I mean, I'm a barbecue person. Like,
Yeah.
I just love pulled pork. I love ribs. I love all that, like smoking things.
Mhm.
That's essentially like, I love that. But I think influence for everything else is, the food that I put out.
Yeah.
I like to dabble in everything.
Right.
Yeah.
I think you're masterful at sauces,
Yeah.
blending flavors,
Soups.
understanding, soups for sure.
That's
and
what
I
I
think
was going to say.
Yeah,
soups
soups is a big
but,
thing.
Yeah, and understanding the balance that you just, I mean, and listen, Joe, our background, we worked for Outback.
Yep.
He worked for Stonewood. We're based in Bonefish. You're given a recipe, you make the recipe, and you don't understand what's behind it. It's the acidity, it's the balance of, acid, salt, sugar,
Yep.
and then, texture. And there's so many things that go into the components of a great dish. And I think you understand those components. And I really think that comes from the same thing as how you would understand putting together a song. It can't just be,
It can't just be
B
anything.
flat.
Like, yeah.
I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what that
That's what you're talking
is. I make stuff up now. I can do that.
Yeah. Let's just do a whole song in B flat.
Yeah, right. But you,
I mean, I don't think you would want to do that.
Right.
no.
Right
Okay,
now.
well, anyway, the point is that you're sensational at your flavors and the things that you came up with. In fact, last week on our podcast. We
Mhm.
probably sampled too many wines, but it was really to showcase Vineyard 29. And we had Pablo Alfaro here. Pablo, thank you for the wine dinner and the wines. And the wine dinner was last night.
Yep.
I received a text from one of the customers, Mitch Acker, who has also been out to Napa many times. He's wine aficionado. Mitch sent me a text and said, man, I told Sean it was probably one of the best dinners that we've had. And so some of the things that you kind of came up with was the ceviche.
The ceviche.
And
the
in
ceviche,
a plantain
the
cup.
It's just so good. I mean,
Right.
I think making ceviche is just, it's a fun thing to make.
Right.
I mean, the flavors they just burst in your mouth. It's like you get so much from it.
And we've got summer coming up, spring and summer.
Yeah.
Days are getting hot. I think that can definitely be a summer special
Summer
for
app
us.
or something. Like,
But even the Wagyu
Ragu with
deconstructed
yes,
Wagyu
in-
Ragu.
on
in
the
That was
on the
really
polenta?
cool.
crispy
Yeah.
polenta. I mean, people were raving about that. There was this one guy at the end of the long table last night that kept raising his hand, kept calling me over there. Joe, this is the best thing I've ever had. And then the next dish came, Joe, this is the best thing I ever had. Joe, this is the best thing I ever had. It was a fantastic wine dinner, and the food pairings were spot on. So
I think
you crushed it.
I think everything that we did last night was, what we expect to do,
Sure.
and like we do 1% better every single day.
Yeah.
And I think that menu was like, we just keep getting better.
Right.
And for me too, as a culinary background and culinary director of the
Mhm.
company, I think I get better and better the more and more we do this. So
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome.
How can people find out about those wine dinners coming up?
It's always posted on our website, and that's how you find out.
You have to say.
Or be on our mailing list. That's how you find out about it. So kind of going into the coaching aspect. And again, I talked about, our background. We each have close to 30 years management, kind of both started with Outback Steakhouse and, followed a very similar path, went different ways.
Yeah.
I mean, I since went on to get my master's and my doctorate and feel that I
I did not do either of those things.
yeah, I mean, I don't
No,
even have
but-
a culinary background. I
right.
just,
But I think the point is you've got 11 years
Yeah.
with us, 30 years with Outback Stonewood. I was Outback Bonefish, and we've created our own concept.
Yeah.
And, a lot of it has been, yes, understanding what made Outback and Bonefish great and their systems.
Mhm.
And I don't think I truly understand what made those concepts great until we went through and decided we needed to hire a coach.
Mhm.
And it
Yeah.
wasn't we wanted to hire a coach, and it has made a tremendous impact on our business.
Mhm.
Well, I thought the story that triggered us hiring a coach was kind of neat. Give that briefly. We were traveling up to our new location.
Well, no,
in
so let's
Jacksonville.
back it up.
Okay.
We opened in Maitland way before you,
Okay,
and
so
it was in
I mean, that's when
we bombed.
that's
we
when
bombed.
I started.
We fucking lost.
Swing and a miss.
It was a swing and a miss. We lost, I would say we lost maybe $750,000. We got out of it with our shirts on barely. And that was back, we opened in 2012, closed in 2014.
Yeah, it was
and-
a dishwasher still.
Yeah.
When you guys
And it
closed
was,
that.
I'm telling you what it was.
I
It
was-
was,
I was still with Stonewood.
yeah. So I'll tell you what, it was a very difficult time. Broke as hell.
Mhm.
Couldn't make, I couldn't sleep at night because we couldn't make payroll or
Right.
we couldn't pay. And had no idea. I just thought,
Yeah.
if we work harder, we'll get
To be
through it.
successful.
And
Yeah.
anyway, got done with that. And from 2014 until 2019, I had to get my mind right in order to think about opening another restaurant. And there was a lot of factors that fell into place, and we were able to sign the lease or to make the decision to move forward,
Mhm.
to sign the lease in Ormond. And we opened in Ormond, and it was you opened the store as the partner.
We did.
Yeah.
Right. But
Oh,
you-
that's right. Yeah.
right. Yeah. You as the partner and Sean as the chef, and I was the opening grill guy.
Yeah,
I mean,
that was right
you
after
were,
COVID,
yeah.
too. I mean,
And-
yeah.
Well, that's
And,
tradition now. You will be the opening.
I know.
grill guy
I'm
at
okay with that.
all locations moving
So-
forward.
Yeah. So really, the impetus was I never wanted to be in that spot again. to think that we're going to fail. As much as we've done, as successful as New Smyrna is and Ormond, and then we opened Jacksonville, and man, we opened up rocking and rolling. And then within a year, we started noticing some, I'd say, cracks in our foundation.
Sure.
We lost.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. I mean,
I agree.
we had the food is right.
Right.
We have, for the most part, our
This
location is perfect. Our
ambiance
ambiance
space
is great.
Is right.
And I was like, why is everything so good in New Smyrna Beach and so good in Ormond? And we were trying to figure it out, and was driving back and forth. And we started listening to a book called Your Restaurant Sucks by Donald Burns.
Yep.
And that kind of prompted us to say, you know what, we're doing, and I think we all collectively thought, we're doing good on so many things, but where's the missing piece? And so I just picked up the phone. I never heard of a restaurant coach. Donald Burns calls himself the restaurant coach.
Right.
But the book resonated with me. Your Restaurant Sucks.
Yeah.
Then his next book was
Your restaurant still
Your
sucks.
Sucks. Yeah. And then Your Restaurant Culture
sucks.
Sucks. And so I think he helped us. Number one, helped me get my mind right. The way that I approach business. And I think that once I made the mental change, then we changed the culture of really, we were able to codify why we're so successful in New Smyrna and Ormond and really get that culture down. And I just want to, because this is our culture card right here.
Yeah.
And it's based on, so our slogan is Taste, Toast, Together.
It is.
And so we took TASTE as the acronym for what our core values are. And when I think about you, Sean, and the core values that you exhibit, when the first one I come up with is trust.
Yeah.
I mean, you have trusted us for 11 years, and we've obviously trusted you to help build this company, Allegiance. You've been here for 11 years.
It's actually a strength.
I mean,
we talked about today, right? It's a strength that we talked about.
And then when you get into S, strength is, the upholding our standards. You go into each one of the stores, you uphold our standards, and you're strong enough to have to talk to your chefs, the guys and gals that report to you. And then we go to teamwork, one team, one fight. It's always,
we do this together.
We do it together.
We walk in together, we walk out together.
Right. And it's not front of the house, back of the house. It's not managers. It's one team, one fight, because it's SoNapa against the competition.
Exactly.
And so that's the teamwork, and then excellence. And just that wine dinner alone, the excellence that you put forward on that, but it's the specials every day. It's the way that you work with the teams. So you embody
what's better?
The entire, all of our core values.
Yeah.
And our core values lead to accomplishing our mission statement. So, but I would say we never had a core value card until we had the coach.
But we had values. We had our personal values, but it's hard to get those personal values kind of onto a piece of paper and delivered to your team. It's easy to.
It's more like we have it more organized too. It's we all have our core values and like how we expect things. But I think this brought into a situation to where it's like it made us tighter.
But now it's a framework that all of our employees operate in. So I think that was number one.
Yeah.
For me, number two was to understand that although the restaurant industry is notorious for failure, with 80% of independent restaurants failing within the first 5 years, and the net profit being at 4 to 5%, to believe that we could be better than that was really eye-opening. And then talking about doing inventories, and I know you didn't want to do this shit.
What?
Inventory.
Not every week. I didn't.
Every week doing an inventory. Every week knowing what our, a P&L statement every single week, and matching that up with what we have in the bank, our cash flow, and really paying attention to our financials every single week. And I think those are the things when I look at that have helped. And then the inventory, knowing what our theoretical food cost is
Right.
and what our actual food cost is, because I could tell you when we started doing this, guys, our food cost was 30. We didn't really know.
Yeah, we didn't really
But
know at all.
But let's say 30 weeks ago when we started this, our food cost was around 20. I mean, it was around 35 to 37%. And now we just ran in all 3 locations sub 31%.
Yeah.
And again, our theoretical is probably 27 and a half. And we're even working on menu engineering.
But for elevated dining, that's not a bad space to be in.
No. Right.
At that 31.
Absolutely.
If we can get sub 30 and keep reeling it in and dialing it in.
But the point is, regardless of that, it's just
it's
the fact that we have reduced that gap of waste.
Yeah.
But before that,
what's the fact that we even have a number now?
Right. We weren't even doing
For a long
inventories.
For a long time, we
I
didn't
know.
even have a number.
At all. And
Yeah.
it's helped me a long
Yeah.
ways. too,
Yeah,
with
open the
having
door,
that.
cook some food,
Right.
serve some gas, drink some wine.
Yeah. And it's our coaching
Once
is
you walk past something, you're like, oh.
no, but
restaurant coach, the TRC method.
what's the difference between a hobby and a business, right? You're keeping score.
Yeah. You keep
Right?
score.
Yeah. So if you go out,
If you can't measure it, you can't manage it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so we've come a long way. So I got to tell you that I would say the number one investment in ourselves has been hiring a restaurant coach. And it's like when I first signed up for a freaking Ironman,
Yeah.
I hired a coach because I've never done it before.
Yeah, I mean, you're like my coach in that too. Anyways, it's just like, we both love the same thing
Yeah.
as biking and running and, it's almost the same thing. But I think hiring a coach for us is like, it's been the best thing, especially for me coming from a background that, you guys outback and bonefish and stuff. Like I've never learned that. And then now I see this and we're learning all this culinary stuff and the cost of goods. And I'm going in, I'm like,
you just
now
got
I'm
through
like,
the,
oh my God, this is like, I'm noticing why we need to care about these items and like why
the
waste is
food
such a
cost
big thing.
boot camp, 40 thieves of food cost, and now getting into the extreme menu makeover. I mean, these modules have been so powerful.
Yeah.
And,
Listen, I was a huge skeptic. I really kind of, in many ways, thought it was bullshit.
That's because you thought you knew everything.
Right.
Yeah.
No, seriously.
I've been doing this a long fucking time.
Yeah.
Right. And I knew a lot. And listening to the books, I was like, we know this, we do this, but getting it delivered to our team is what I thought the coach took us over the top.
Yeah.
And being able to get our thoughts, our hearts, our minds onto paper. What's he say? You can have all the tools in the toolbox, but if they stay in the toolbox, they're not doing. They're no good. Right. So to use those tools, get it delivered to our teams, so they can now use those tools. So now they can now be coaches to their teams.
Sure.
That's what the coach program did for me, is to take what I already know and be able to deliver it in a manner that the team can use. So,
but I think that collectively we know a lot. But man, every module I go through, I learn something more, and I'm thinking, shit, I thought I knew so much. And then especially when it comes to marketing, we never got involved. You don't get involved in marketing.
No, we were operators,
right?
We were operators.
But there's so many aspects that this coaching program has taught us and made us so much better as an independent restaurant company. And I'm telling you, I never thought of it. I was a skeptic too, but again, I'll say this: best investment that we've made in ourselves. Best investment in our people.
And I'll tell you, the feedback from our people is these guys give a shit about us.
Yeah.
They care about us, and they're willing to invest their time. I mean, you're spending, hours a week with our line level team leaders.
Sure.
All individually.
Coaching and teaching them.
Yep.
We're coaching and teaching the GMs every week.
What Donald Burns says is that we need to coach our people the way he's coaching us.
Yeah.
Yes. And again,
so I guess the answer to the question is
there's no debate.
Yeah, there's no debate here.
There's no debate. If you're an independent restaurant,
if you would have asked me 6 months ago, there might have been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
no doubt.
If you're an independent restaurant.
And I'm telling you, Sean, I couldn't be more proud of you. 11 years with us.
Yeah.
from dishwasher to the executive chef, over 3 restaurants. We're closing in on 9 million
I
in
love you, brother.
sales.
Love you.
The amount of
Number 4's close.
the
I
amount
feel
of
it.
creativity that you have and that you leadership that you have with your team, with your culinary team, and shoot, the fact that you've gone from 19 to getting married.
33,
we're-
about it.
Yeah.
Married May 4th.
Damn.
I met Bailey and Ormond too.
Yeah.
So it's like everything just found, it's
Yeah.
a way. But
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Don't we
It's
all
it's
meet
the best,
each other in this industry?
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
That's awesome, bro.
but it's the best thing that's, gonna put my best foot forward for that
Yeah.
and like for our company. So
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna
We're
be a
proud of
great
you, man.
year.
Well, let's
Great.
sum it up.
Yeah.
The wine, I'm telling you,
Backbone Cab.
Backbone Cab, this is awesome. Awesome Napa Valley Cab, especially for the price. Thursday, the 18th, at any one of our restaurants. Mention Sean, get a complimentary glass of Backbone. Sean's been with us for 11 years. It's a testament to really your character and really the culture that we've created as well, that you've helped us create. And should you hire a coach? I think the answer is yes.
Yes.
And
I agree.
with that, we go back to what our company slogan is. And each day, it's not our mission statement. This is our slogan, which is Taste Toast Together.
Yeah, and we're going to do it right now.
We're going to do it right now.
I love you guys.
Love you guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Mm.
That's good, man.
That's really good.
Yeah.
We love you, brother.
Yeah. Love
Yeah.
you guys.
Keep it going,
Thank
brother.
you guys so much.
Keep it going. Good stuff.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to Grapes and Debates, presented by SoNapa Grille. For more information, visit us today at sonapa.com.